Coming up on the next episode of the Celsius Pod.
There were other people there, but it was a one-on-one, you know?
It was
he only had eyes for Uri.
Me and our dog go way back. Me and our dog go way back. Words do not look like words. Backgrounds don't work. Faces blend together. The more complicated the shot, the worse it looks. It's very funny. The main villain was such a good Nazi. He overthrew Hitler and and froze him in ice as like a backup plan in case he loses. Guys,
105.
Guys, it's episode 106.
106, by the way.
It's 120.
106.
What's the weather in Palo
The weather
Alto?
outside is rizzy. But the
I
fire
wonder
is so skibidi.
But wait, Uri, what's the weather in Ithaca?
I don't know, and I don't care. Probably fucking cold, but I'm in here in
Why is it
Menlo
who's
Park
fucking
/
cold?
Palo Alto.
I am.
Okay, but it's 42 in Boston, and they're all chilling on the west
It is
coast
30 degrees
with
Fahrenheit in
sun,
Belgrade,
and
though.
I'm stuck at the East Coast with finals
It's
and rain.
actually snowing in Belgrade right now.
Nikola, can you tell us a story perhaps from school?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. Let's start with that, I
Let's get
guess.
some Nikola school stories.
Let's start with the school story. So I have one to share. And if you have been keeping with the podcast, you've known that I've been in film comp for this semester. And the film comp final this year, the teacher decided to make it a new, unique thing. So what they had us do is have a group with a bunch of other people, and throughout the semester, watch a movie each time for each unit we're on. And then at the end of the year, for the final project, we're going to make a presentation, and basically we become the teachers, and we have to teach the class about all the cinematography and sound and editing and everything. Basically teach about the movie. The mise en scène and the other stuff.
Nikola, as a member of the Celsius podcast, this must be super easy for you as an enjoyer of film.
Yeah, as a
It
future
was
filmmaker.
super easy because my group chose La La Land.
Of course.
And La La
That's your
Land is my
favorite movie.
You
Which is
started
why I
on
chose
Babylon. It would be really funny to talk about Babylon.
So
in your
I
class.
was talking. So I've watched La La Land 6 times this semester for this project, and I've been fine with it because
definitely
it's La La
for
Land.
this project.
And but I'm fine with it because it's my favorite movie. So I'm fine with watching it so many times.
Is it?
But anyway, we made our presentation. It was so good. We actually presented it so well. We were almost under time, but I came in clutch in the last 5 minutes by explaining a major plot point of the movie. And because I was the only person in the group that actually watched the movie, I was the one that explained it.
Wait, Nikola, were you the biggest
No, and then
contributor?
Nicola, he went on a whole 5-minute rant saying,
I wouldn't
guys,
say I'm the biggest
this La La Land
contributor.
ending is not sad at all. If you're sad at this, you're dumb and you're stupid.
I had that as a 1 point line.
Oh, yeah?
But I wouldn't say I contributed the most. I definitely don't think so. I had 3 or 4 slides on the actual presentation out of 28 slides. But I think I contributed by watching the movie the most and giving lots of notes during the note taking periods when we were doing for each stuff. So
actually, Ryan Gosling, he is me. So can we put that in the notes?
exactly,
please?
yeah,
Put that in the notes.
exactly. Well, right after we were done presenting, the teacher already graded it. My issue is that our presentation was goated. Everybody I've talked to in that class that I know has said our presentation was the best. We got an 88 on it.
What?
That's fucked up.
Today, another group had a presentation. Theirs was on the movie Parasite.
I love that movie.
Their presentation
No, you
involved
don't.
Their presentation involved them teaching a tiny bit and then watching 3 4-minute clips.
Oh, my God.
They got an 89.
That's fucked up. Yeah,
I'm
I
actually
hate
so
the
pissed
high
off
school
about it.
grading system. I love the college system more because I can just randomly do shit and my teachers are like, "Hey, that was funny. You get a good grade for that."
Yeah, it's just
So
that will
true.
fly in college, they say, and then it does. I don't know. That's my story for today, and I'm kind of pissed off about that because now I have an 89% in the class, and until she grades the other 2 things over winter break, I'm probably gonna still have a B.
Okay. Speaking of film class, guess what
Backstory.
film I had to watch in film class?
La La Land.
WALL-E! I gotta watch WALL-E in my class.
Have you ever seen WALL-E before?
No, I'd seen WALL-E before.
You'd never seen WALL-E before?
I've
I can't believe this
seen
guy has
WALL-E
never seen
before.
WALL-E before. I cannot believe this guy's never seen WALL-E.
I can't believe this either. That's kind of incredible.
Wait, you haven't seen WALL-E before?
Yeah, no, this is my first time ever watching WALL-E. I was like,
I'm gonna be honest.
I hate all animation, and people were like, "This one, it's good." And I'm like, "Fuck you! I hate robots in love."
I'm going to be
Yeah,
honest. I
this
think
shit is
WALL-E's
made for kids.
overrated.
I don't think it's overrated. I rewatched it. I'm like, yeah, this shit is peak. I'm giving this 5
WALL-E's
stars.
an incredible movie.
It is
I
a
don't
very
know.
good movie, Ari. I just
don't
have
like
to
it that-
say, you're not.
I
you're
just
not
love
into
its ability to do like silent storytelling, where it's like they just quite literally don't talk for like 70% of the movie, and it's still
I mean,
like
yeah,
so funny.
that
and
part is
engaging.
good. Like the first third of the movie, I like that. But then all the talking stuff, like on the spaceship, I don't really care for that.
Yeah, I mean, the human stuff is definitely the weakest part, but I mean, it's not insanely prominent. Okay, next thing I watched. Now, Nikola is saying I'm wrong here, but I think Holes 2003 is a 5-star film.
Is that the one with Shia LaBeouf?
It is the one with Shia LaBeouf.
I'm just saying.
That's a good
I
movie.
have watched Holes many times. I've
Many
even
times.
read it.
I've
read it?
also read it.
You read it?
And it is a good movie, but it is not 5 stars, man.
What do you mean?
Wow. No,
that's
but
fair.
like, it's great because they randomly have 4 FPS slow-mo of footage, and it like crossfades randomly to stuff. How is that not peak?
Mm.
No.
Holes is like
don't-
the film I feel like I could watch and then just immediately watch it again and just keep watching it. I'd like it every time.
So, Beck, it's
You know?
like your comfort movie. You can watch it forever and ever. You watch it with your wife, your child. I don't know.
Your wife, your child,
your
your wife,
grandma,
wife.
your Nikola, your Nikola Jr., your son, probably.
His son.
Aiden Jr.
Oh, I'm glad that there's an Aiden Jr. as well.
Aiden Jr. is the 4th firstborn. Nikola Jr. is like the 5th born.
So what you're
I
saying
ran
is
out
that
of
when you
name
have
ideas.
kids, you're gonna name them all after the podcast members.
Yeah.
That's so nice of him.
So you're gonna have number
Yeah.
Beck Jr., Aiden Jr., Nikola Jr.
And then, Piper Jr. and then other
That's
guest
nice.
star Jr.
and then the very last one is gonna be Ari.
Yeah.
Jr.
Griffin Jr.
Yeah, Griffin Jr.
What was it?
Lucas was
and,
on that one episode. He gets 4th born.
but Holes is a good movie. It's pretty
Holes is
like
a go-to movie.
It's a really good movie. It's not
I'd say
5
like a-
stars, man.
I'd say like a 4 or 3.5.
Yeah, I can see like 4.
But it's like it's a pretty like just good. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to rewatch it. But it's like a pretty solid story. The good hero's journey for
It's
the
a really
character.
good movie. It's just not 5 stars.
Yeah, I maybe actually move it down to 4.5, but I
Well-
finished it. I'm like, I fucking love this movie. I'm giving it 5 stars.
I mean, it's the guy who gave like what? Red One 4.5 or something.
I gave Red One 4 and then moved it down to 3.5. I move a lot of my ratings down. I just you get that post cinema like.
yeah,
absolute cinema,
it's the magic of the cinema that makes the movie so good.
Yeah.
Because that's how
But-
movies are made to be watched.
Even
Mhm.
Ryan's World, even the lowest of the movies.
Movies are made to be watched on little TV, like little screens in front of you when you're going on an 8-hour flight from Europe.
Yeah.
That's why
No,
I watched Interstellar
legitimately,
just as Christopher
I
Nolan
think
intended.
the peak watching experience is laying in your bed on your phone screen in the dark. That's the best way to watch a movie.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys. No. You are wrong. The best
wrong.
is while you're in a conversation, you're watching on your Apple smartwatch while also watching Subway Surfers on the other one.
No,
No,
you
that's
have
not
the
the
Apple
best.
I was
Vision
gonna say,
Pro on and you're
the
talking
best
with someone.
one-
And
is
just right
watching.
behind them is a screen.
No, the best is watching it in short form content where you have 39 different parts that has some type of like a soap cutting or
and then
Subway
they
Surfers
sharpen it
or
so
Minecraft
much.
parkour, and
But
then
they
the
have
top
like
is
this weird AI turn off the music.
yeah, and
you know,
also
got,
some
like-
random guy in the bottom left that's like reacting, but he's not actually.
You're
reacting.
forgetting that it's also layering an adjustment filter on, and it's flipped backwards, and it resizes itself so it doesn't get copyright claimed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's
exactly.
like
And that's the ideal way to watch
subtitles
movies.
over.
Hey, that's
all
how I
of
watched
it.
Barbie when it came out.
Wow.
Guys, did you know that actually that turning that as Gen Z, so like sort of a generation alpha kind of embrace more gaming, that a lot of the generation prefers like more interactive sort of like video games over like actual movies and stuff like that.
I mean, I get that. I mean, I'm fucking playing through Life is Strange right now, and I love that.
Bro's playing Balatro right now.
Yeah.
He's actually doesn't want you to
Okay.
know
No,
that.
Aiden is playing Balatro because he's.
Beck, 4 fingers foil.
Oh, nice. I do
But
not
this
really
brings
like
me-
Four Fingers.
But this brings me to my next point where I had another great conversation with Bob Iger.
you talked
did
to
talk
your
to Bob
raw dog?
Did you
I
talk
touched-
one on one?
Well, no one-on-one, but it was like it was in a,
No,
gave
no,
another
no.
like
I mean, there were other
Q&A.
people there, but it was a one-on-one. You know,
it was a
Like,
one.
he was
Well,
Mm.
no,
he only had eyes for Uri.
Me
I
and our
see
dog
that.
go way back. Me and our dog go way back.
that's actually gonna be the thumbnail, so it's gonna be me and him
It will be that
making
exactly.
out.
Well, I don't know how to do that.
Can you
actually.
hand draw it? Aiden, if
Aiden
you
does
make
not want to be making that.
it? Aiden, can you hand draw that? Can you get like
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
no.
made?
Yeah,
Let's
I
get
do
like
that.
Fiverr, pay an artist like $20, being like, "Hey, can you
Can you make
But
this
I
guy
did-
and Bob
I'm not
Iger make out?
commissioning that, guys. I'm
I will
sorry.
commission it. I'll
if
spend
we all
$5
put
to
in
commission it.
$5, I think we can get a really good commission for that.
We can get an AI to do that. Aiden, you're okay with AI art?
We're not doing AI.
We're not okay. So, guys, do we want me to talk about the movie that I watched in theaters that I was?
Uh-huh.
really
First,
excited
let me
Yeah,
finish
I
my
mean,
conversation.
Aiden, when he was like, "Guys, I fucking love Daft Punk," and I'm like, "I don't get it," and then he gave it half a star, and I'm like, "It's so bad. I'm not even gonna read the review." Aiden just fucking hates this movie.
But before
Oh.
Aiden talks, let me finish what I had from Bob Iger.
Oh yeah. Get back to Raw Dog.
So
Yeah.
I was actually the first person to ask him a question, and I asked him
Wow.
a question about how does he see
The
the
Owl
future.
House. You know, he's like, "Do you see
I did not-
another sequel?"
Actually,
in the
I do want to
future?"
get. There's something really funny I want to get to about later, but it's not about the Owl House.
No,
It's not about the Owl House. But it's
Guys,
something
you-
really, really fucking
Bob
funny.
Iger is literally not going to be CEO next year. By the way, you guys
You
know
know.
that, right?
But the thing is, Aiden, he left. He put another Bob in charge. Then he came back. So there's no reason he might also come back in like another couple years.
That's also true.
But here, let me before Aiden talks about why he hates Daft Punk. So I wrote a few as I was listening to the thing. I wrote a few things like as he was talking. There was some pretty good moments. But I asked the first question, and I asked him, "How does he see the future of streaming services evolving?" I thought that was a pretty good question. The guys were like, "Don't ask any like rude questions or anything like that, or anything like too intense." But because I wasn't going to ask him. So Bob, as a CEO, do you feel threatened about getting shot in the street by a random guy?
You should have asked him
seem
that.
like-
You should have asked him
Yeah.
that.
No, he's like, "Do you ever like cancel a show and you're like, you deny, you depose, you know?" You do-
Defend, yeah.
Did you ever like cancel a show called Owl House and you're worried that a guy dressed in like blue clothes and a blue ski mask will come up to you and shoot you with a
Are you
blue
ever
gun?
like, do you know what hotel you're staying at for the next investors call? Just this quick question, you know?
Yeah, I was not gonna do that. So I asked him about how he sees it evolving, and he says he's gonna see more evolving to see more inclusion of video games and stuff like that. And he says,
What does that mean?
Because we see how there's like video games on like Netflix right now, and like
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of
so,
stupid.
but I see like he says it's like more interactive and like very more like being that part of into the streaming service and stuff like that is what he said.
Did you say
that
the word
Netflix-
Fortnite at all?
No. But I did get a few. I got some scoops. I got
Guys,
some great scoops.
Speaking of Fortnite, my Fortnite crew just renewed itself.
So you just spent like $30.
Guys.
And guys, I'm here to pitch Fortnite Crew. It's $12.99 a month. You get 1,000 V-Bucks every month, a free skin every month, and every battle pass and the Rocket League battle pass. So that's 6 battle
Do you even
passes.
play Rocket League?
No, but I have it.
But guys, based on some questions, I got some scoops if anyone wants to know.
I would like to know the scoop.
We got some confirmed. I know this was out, but it's confirmed. Moana 2 was a series for Disney Plus, but they had a movie canceled for Thanksgiving. So they made Moana 2 the show into like a movie for the Thanksgiving release date, and it worked out well because it's like 600 million already. So
Yeah, it's like the biggest animated opening ever, I think.
And the person who suggested this idea got a raise. So
Wow.
the executive who suggested making it into a movie got a raise. So
That's
pretty
insane.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And someone asked, what about like sort of like how do they see the Star Wars and Marvel content continuing? Well, he says kind of opposite things. For Marvel, they're going to focus more on movies and less on streaming. But for Star Wars, less on movies and more on streaming.
When was the last time they made a Star Wars movie, though?
Yeah.
2019.
And
And
everybody
so
knows
they're
it
going to
was
focus
great.
more on sort of saying these words, mining streaming content for Star Wars and see how many shows they can do in that regard, which I mean is fair. The Star Wars shows is kind of a gamble. Some of them are really good. Some of them are not good, but I would say
There's
there's
new
more
one
good.
came out like 2 weeks ago, and I heard nothing about it. It's called like
Yeah,
Skeleton
There's more
Crew.
good. Oh yeah, I've been seeing ads for it. It just
I've
doesn't
been
look
seeing
good.
ads. I've been seeing, but there's more good Star Wars shows than more good Marvel shows.
I guess, yeah.
And then DC has is just better
Hit or miss.
shows.
Well, DC is now in a new stage because we're seeing obviously the DC Studios, the new James Gunn universe, which came out with
Yeah,
Creature
and I've been
Commandos.
watching that, so
I haven't been watching that. We won't get into that yet, but
No.
but officially it starts with the James Gunn universe, the James Gunn Superman movie. That's the first real start. Is
Really? Because
Creature
it's the
Commando.
show.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
the animated still. So, but like the official
Oh.
real start.
I
Obviously,
also
the Creature
thought-
Commandos
no, I thought
and the
that,
Penguin too. The Penguin was also, but that's Elseworlds.
I also
The
thought
Batman.
that Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, we also have that. But the real official start is the Superman movie.
If you
Wait, what the-
ignore the 4
If you
other
ignore
things-
like 3
But that's
other
not
things.
in James Gunn's words, that's what he kind of said. But obviously, so we got that. AI, it's gonna evolve more. He says it's gonna help creatives. Someone asked Aiden, this was for you. Someone asked, what do they have in development for sort of the Muppets stuff? They have not a lot of going on in
Yeah,
development. for
no
Muppets.
duh. They don't. They forget that they own the Muppets.
Yeah. Some of his favorite movies he said was Black Panther, from Disney catalog, Black Panther, Inside Out 2, Coco, Toy Story, Frozen,
Mm.
He went to a premiere of A Complete Unknown and Mufasa recently.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
I completely
so-
know. That's Disney like certified, right?
Okay, and this, I want to really bring this up. This is the funniest thing ever that the guy brought. Okay, so
I'm
So-
so excited. Say it, Uri.
it's not
Give me
about
1
Owl House
second.
back. It's not about
He's-
Owl House.
Don't worry. He's saving.
He's saving it. He's
I
edging
gotta
you.
wait for. Yeah. He's got to. You want to know what's really funny, Nikola?
It's so overexposed. We cannot see it.
We're just waiting for Nikola. Nikola, I also just got my dinner handed
Yeah,
to me.
my dinner just arrived.
Yeah.
Thank
I got
God.
some nice shrimp pasta.
Okay, but so this is really, the guy went up and it was all like, so Bob, I noticed that Crepopolis season 2 wasn't on Hulu. So what's the deal with that?
Oh my God.
So when
He
you
asked
guys gonna
about
add
Crepopolis.
Megalopolis to Hulu?
He was asking about Crepopolis, the Dan Harmon
No, I
Fox
know.
sitcom.
Yeah.
Is all like, so I didn't notice it was like it's like I don't know. And so he was
It's like, that's not
checking
my
his,
department.
he checked his phone like I don't know. You made me worry about something that I didn't want to worry about, Sam.
I'm texting my Hulu guy right now. Don't worry.
The thing, like, where is it? And then there was someone in last year. There was a festival like a film festival at the school, and someone made a spoof film like says "By Bob Iger," where they had Mickey Mouse crushing Bambi, and the guy didn't realize that was not Bob's film. He was like, "Bob, I saw your short film from when you were here. I thought it was amazing."
God.
Terrible.
I think the people at Ithaca are kind of stupid.
Yeah, they might be.
But yeah, and so that was some pretty funny things. There's he said, someone asked if there's a future for physical media, and he said streaming is probably just going to take over completely.
Rather
Yeah,
unfortunate.
of course the CEO says that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Imagineering. They're going to probably spend like $60 billion over the next 10 years building attractions around the world. And then he said, "What in his story? What's a good story in Bob Iger's sort of vision? Like if it touches
Inferno.
if it touches the heart, if it has like good clarity, satisfaction, character development, it's like all things he looks
Bob Iger
for."
would be a fan of Dante's Inferno. I don't know. He strikes me as somebody that would like it.
But Bob Iger, Beck is not gonna kill you. That was a joke. And,
Yeah.
And talk about why you hate Daft Punk.
Okay, so the other day I found out that the Daft Punk movie from 2003, Interstellar 5555, was the 5 story of the 5 secret 5-star 5 system.
But it wasn't 5 stars.
No, so the movie is animated by Toei Productions, the people that animate Dragon Ball. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's the visual accompaniment to Discovery.
Why do you guys both get balloons? What the fuck was that?
To their album Discovery. It's the visual accompaniment.
So this is like the Blart side of the moon of Daft Punk, is what they say, right?
Nope, that's not what they say.
That's what they say, is what I'm hearing.
No, that's not what they say. It is a silent, pretty no dialogue, very minimal sound effects. Just the soundtrack is playing. The movie is basically just the length of the album. And I was very excited because this seemed like a very awesome thing to see. So I asked Yahir, I said, "Yahir, do you want to come see this movie with me?" Because he's been wanting to see it, and he's like, "Yes." So we went and we sat down in the theater, and it was about to start, and on the screen it said digitally remastered in HD for your viewing pleasure.
Wait, Aiden.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about why Nikola couldn't come to the thing, because we gotta talk about scheduling and why Nikola could have been there, but he couldn't be there. Yeah,
Nikola really loves Interstellar, but he couldn't go to the Interstellar movie, right?
Yeah, I couldn't. I just didn't schedule.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I sat down in the theater, and on the screen it said digitally remastered in HD for your viewing pleasure. And I said, that's so cool that they remastered this movie. They didn't need to do that. And then boom, dolly zoom onto my face. My eyes dropped, my mouth agape. I said, "What if it's AI?
What if it's AI upscaled?
What if it's AI upscaled? Oh no!
Oh no!
And the very first shot of the movie looks like dog shit.
With AI upscaled, Aiden.
Yes, which makes it look worse.
It does.
But you could immediately tell.
Yes, it's so obvious.
Do you have any images for us?
I did take a couple.
If only there was some kind of TV that we had in the background that could somewhat.
What is fucking Joe Rogan? Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull that up.
It's really noticeable.
He has
in
Balatro open in the background.
It's really noticeable in landscape.
What is it called? Movie AI.
Daft
It's
Punk
in the general.
Interstellar 55555 or 55. Yeah. It's really obvious.
Is Beck
in,
frozen?
Yeah, he is frozen.
He did freeze.
It's very obvious in.
Hello?
Yeah, hi Beck. You're back.
Okay, this
Beck.
doesn't look that bad.
It looks so bad. You can immediately tell.
The first image looks horrible, but the next two looked decent.
No, they don't. Look at the images. Look at them. Look at the guy. Look at the guy in the background.
Oh
Look at his
shit! I did
hands.
not see his
Right,
face.
look
Look
at
at
hands.
his face.
I did
look at
not
his
see
clothes.
that shit.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't actually look at it and you just glance at it, it looks good.
If you don't watch the movie, it looks good.
Look
And
at
then I
general.
took a
No, you're supposed to look at
video.
general. It's all in general.
Oh, it's in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, it's all in
I
general.
took a video so you could see it in motion. It's even worse in motion. Words do not look like words. Backgrounds don't work. Faces blend together. The more complicated the shot, the worse it looks. And it was awful. It was so painful to watch. Did you see the interpolation on the movement? It's bad. The pan is super jittery. It's just like, ooh, like legitimately ruined the movie.
You still gave it half a star. You didn't give it 0 stars. So
I
something
was
was
like, can't give it
redeemable.
0 stars. But actually, that's not my true opinion on the movie. My true opinion on the movie is that it's a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 perfect movie. It's actually an incredible movie.
And you
But-
have the photo of me as the background for the rest of the episode.
No. But like legitimately a really good movie. It
But you
just
can-
was
You can't
that
support AI, you know? You can't support AI.
it was so awful looking. It was terrible.
We would never use AI.
Definitely not.
But like
I mean, it looked kind of cool from the clip I saw. I might watch it.
it's good. Please watch it. But do not watch it the new one. Watch it in like 480p.
Yeah, Beck, come on, respect.
I watched the Ruby in 480p. I think I can handle.
You can
This
handle
is
the
for-
movie that already was in 480p and then they felt the need to make it look bad.
It's AI, it's the future in them.
But it's a really good movie. And then like every scene is just accompanied by a song from the album. So like it starts with One More Time.
It starts with one thing.
It starts with One More Time. I know that
One
song.
More Time. Yeah, because that's the first song on the album.
One more time, we're gonna
It's Daft Punk. It's not like it's a niche fucking
So it
musical.
played-
Wait,
Yeah,
what's
like-
the story? What's the
like they're-
story?
What's the story? Okay, let me look up a plot synopsis again because I don't interested.
Your
So it's
5-star masterpiece, and you don't remember the.
okay.
plot?
So the
What's
first
actually
scene.
Beck? It's a half-star masterpiece.
Oh no!
I
Yeah,
changed it.
the AI made him forget the plot of the movie.
So the first song is One More Time, and it's a concert on an alien planet. We have this band, they're all blue. There's the white guy, the black guy, the creature, and the woman. That's how we'll be naming them. They have actual names, but I don't remember them. So they're all playing their song. They're playing One More Time, the song One More Time to an
One more
audience.
time.
And they're blue people, by the way.
They're
And
the
then these
Blumen group.
and then they finish the song, Aerodynamic starts to play, and these military men show up, kidnap the band, and take them to Earth, which is very
So when do
scary.
Daft Punk show up?
They show up, they do.
Yeah, but when?
Later, I'll get to it when they show up. And then we have this, and then we see this guy, what is he? Not a bounty hunter, but like there's a okay, his name is Shep. Shep, he is daydreaming about the woman because she's hot, and then he gets an alert that they've been kidnapped. And so he takes this guitar spaceship and flies to Earth also to go and save them. And that sequence is when Digital Love is playing, when he's imagining her being his
Because
girlfriend.
he's in love.
And it must
because
look
he's in
great on
digital.
cinema with the AI upscaling, right?
Yeah, it looks really terrible. So then they play Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. The iconic,
I love that song also.
It's a very good song, and that's the one where they take their melanin and make them into humans. And
That's really cool, but imagine if they took that song and then Kanye went on it and he started saying, duh, 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 strong.
No. So they turn the aliens into humans, wipe their minds, replace their memories, and make them into musical slaves. So we get
And they become Daft Punk.
No, and then they become the Crescendos, like the next song on the album.
Wow, that's some good writing.
It's some pretty good writing. So we have that whole montage, and then night vision plays, and we see like that one's a pretty short song, so it's mostly just like an alleyway shot of Shep coming into their concert that they're playing. And then during High Life or Superheroes, Shep like unbrainwashes white guy, black guy, and Preacher, but Stella does not get unbrainwashed. But then they all escape in a van, but Shep gets shot in the shoulder or whatever, and it's like ah. So then during High Life, we get some more scenes with Stella and like the bad guy of the movie, who's the manager of the Crescendos.
When does Kanye West show up?
Kanye West doesn't show up, but they win like the golden disc because One More Time was such a good song, and Daft Punk is in this. And this is when Creature and Black Guy, they sneak into the thing and they free Stella, and then they drive away. And then we have another, and then during Something About Us, it's with Stella and the bounty hunter Shep guy, because he's been shot, he's dying. They hold hands and they have a whole love thing, and then he dies and makes a little crystal. And then during Voyager, we hear that's the clip I sent is his funeral. They bury him, and beautiful, except for when it's AI. And then
Daft Punk dies?
No, not no. So then, because Stella found this card that had an address on it, they go to the address, and this is when Virtus Quo is playing, and they storm the castle, and they find out that the bad guy is actually a more odd who's been kidnapping aliens to make them play music for him, and once they're not popular anymore, he sacrifices them, and there's a whole cult about it. And then he shows up and he says, "Aha, I'm gonna kill you, Stella. And
I'm gonna Jeff to kill you."
And then Short Circuit plays, and then they kill him because they throw the record in the fire, and then they go to the government and they're like, "Hey, government, we're from outer space." And then they go home, and it's good. And then it actually was a dream the whole time.
No
Oh yeah,
way.
that's stupid.
I love when it's a dream the whole time.
Well, it wasn't a dream. It was a child playing with his Daft Punk toys, listening to the album as he was playing with them, and that influences the whole story. It's cute. And
That
then
reminds me of, there was this show called Saint Elsewhere, where it was like a procedural, like sort of hospital show, sort of like Grey's Anatomy, but the ending it was revealed that it was just an autistic kid playing with a snowball the whole time.
Oh,
It was all made up by this kid.
Okay, guys. Turns out the entire movie is posted online by Daft Punk.
In AI?
No, no, these are from 15 years ago. So if you want to see the full movie, you definitely can, because the entire they're each just the music videos. So if you just watch all the music videos in order, then you have it. So I'll send that. Beck, you should play it in the background, I think.
The playlist, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can be the Aiden TV of this episode.
All right, guys, I'll be back soon. I have to
Wait,
go.
actually, no, I kind of want
downstairs.
to be able to see you guys.
Wait, do you not have a screen where you can see us?
No, because it's like they're mirrored.
Okay.
Well, now that Nikola's gone, let's riff, Let's do some riffing.
Yeah.
Guys, I
well,
have really good pizza. I have eaten most of
pizza?
it. It's pizza. I've eaten most of it, but it has Alfredo sauce on it. Alfredo sauce
Is this a deep dish?
really good. Yes, it is. Alfredo sauce is really good on pizza, and I think everyone's sleeping on that.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Alfredo sauce in general.
Interesting.
Neither am I.
Wow. Well,
Okay,
Beck.
well, let me talk about something I watched that Nicola's not going to care about.
Yeah.
You guys remember Love, Death, Robots? How I kind of
Yeah.
watched it over the summer?
Yeah.
Well, the people that made Love, Death, Robots made a series about video games.
Wow.
And basically made a bunch of like 10-minute animated shorts based on video games.
Yo, no
And-
way. I got that fan in my system.
That
Fan in my system.
Fan in my
Fan
system.
in my system.
Oh.
Who watches this?
Okay, so
That's a short right there.
It's basically Love, Death, Robots, but based on video games. And all of them pretty simple, pretty good so far.
Yeah.
The only two that like stand out as like kind of weird are like Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, okay, there are Dungeons and Dragons video games that you can base this on, but no, it's just a random ass Dungeons and Dragons campaign that has no link to any of the video games. So that was kind of like, well, maybe you could actually use something video game based here. And the other one is, guys, do you know Pac-Man, right?
Yeah.
Pac-Man's
Now,
about
Wait, this is just pixels.
this is the worst This is the worst Pac-Man adaptation since Pixels. Now, I'm gonna walk you through what happens in this because you would not believe me if I explained some of these plot points out of context. So, random alien flesh guy gets born out of a tube, and he falls to the ground, and a yellow orb comes to him and is like, "You must be hungry," and or like, "You must feast on the beast." And then he gets a sword and he starts killing random mutated beasts and eating their raw bloody flesh. And the
There's
yellow
absolutely
orb is
no way this has anything to do with Pac-Man.
No, because the yellow orb is Pac-Man. And then you're like, you must escape the maze. And I'm like, the maze, like the level from Pac-Man. We're like, okay. And then Rain's like, I'm so hungry. He's like, is that a ghost over there? And the Pac-Man's like, he's like, I can't eat the ghost. I can't eat the ghost. So I was like, you can eat the ghost, but you always remain the eyes. The eyes always remain. And I start bursting out laughing.
Oh god. What the fuck does that
So
mean?
fucking stupid.
You should be
And
playing
then-
Pac-Man in the background.
Eventually, he goes, is like, you must escape the maze. You are the chosen one. He has to fight a big monkey mutated guy. And he's failing. He's trying to get him. He's like, and the Pac-Man's like, you can win this. And the Pac-Man bites into his spine from his back, bloodily enters his body, and turns into a shadow Pac-Man that eats the monster like the Pac-Man eats it. And the guy's like, wait, Pac-Man's a bad guy?
no way.
So he like rips the Pac-Man out of his chest from the front. Cause like there's like a
alien
gate to
style?
escape the maze, like, yeah, and then the Pac-Man's like, you must leave the maze. He's like, but the maze was here to trap you, so you couldn't eat everything outside. So the guy sacrificed himself. He pulls the Pac-Man from his heart. He dies, and the Pac-Man begs him. That's the episode. Was like, I must eat more. And then we cut back to another alien drops out of the pod. And the Pac-Man was like, you must be hungry. And it's a cycle of the Pac-Man trying to escape by getting random aliens to kill beasts and eat them. And that is what Pac-Man was meant to be.
I'm assuming they don't call it Pac-Man in the episode.
It's called Pac-Man Circle. That's the name of the episode.
Because I'm like, how did they get the rights for that?
What do you mean? They just were like, fuck it. No. Okay, no, actually, funny backstory about this. When everyone saw the episode, they were like, this is so weird. Why would they make a Pac-Man episode based on this? But me and Aiden were watching the Game Awards earlier this week, and they announced a new Pac-Man game based on this episode.
No,
It's like a
actually, Beck, I found out the game has been in production far longer than the episode. They made the
So
episode because of the game.
Okay, so that's why
So
this
fucking
exists, because they want to
stupid.
make a fucking dark Pac-Man gritty Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Well,
Like it's so obvious this is also like so much promotion for Amazon. Because
it's Amazon. It
this
was on
one-
Amazon, not Netflix. Like Love Death or Love Death or
Yeah, no, it's Amazon, and you can tell because the episodes that I know are based on Amazon properties are Warhammer 40K, because they're trying to make a new Warhammer show on Amazon.
right. Henry Cavill.
New World, which is an Amazon Games game. And then like there was some other one. And like they also made one based on Concord, which is like a game that does not exist anymore.
It existed
and no
for
one
2 weeks.
It existed for 2 weeks. No one was asking for an episode. It was so obvious that all these episodes are just ads for. They basically were only made to be ads for popular like Amazon properties.
Well, guys, now that you're talking about the games, would you like to talk about the Game Awards?
I don't think there's much to say about the Game Awards except for the fact that Bellatra was not robbed but didn't win, which is
Bellatra was robbed.
Well, you should talk about it anyway. You know, there's probably some good stuff.
Okay,
I like when they brought out
I'll beat
Indiana
Arcane
Jones.
for best adaptation. That's a film thing. Now, Nikola,
That's
fair.
you've seen both Arcane and Fallout, right?
Uh-huh.
It's no competition. Arcane is so much better than Fallout.
But one's for kids because it's animated, and the other one's like a real show.
and one is actually adapting something rather than being a completely different.
To be fair,
entity.
yeah, Fallout's an actual adaptation. That other one is not adapting anything.
Yeah.
Also, both
Do
have
you guys
Ella
realize
Purnell.
how much League of Legends lore there is?
Yeah, but none of that
have
lore-
actual shit.
And that's also like not how League of Legends is. Like the Fallout show is how Fallout is. League of Legends show is not how League of Legends is.
Beck. Even I don't play League of Legends. I know it's not like League of Legends. I know that.
Okay.
Also, Beck. It's also League of Legends. Come on.
It's also League of Legends. You do have to remember.
And two, they both have Ella Purnell, so she wins in either.
She did, yeah. Okay,
She did.
Aiden, when are you gonna actually sit down and watch all the Netflix animated shows that you said you were going to watch? 'Cause we got
Tomorrow?
Arcane.
Tomorrow?
We got Arcane. We got Gentry Chow. We got BoJack Horseman. We got Kipo. There's so many shows you gotta watch.
Is it Airbender on Netflix?
Yeah, Avatar is on Netflix.
Heck, what's Kipo? What is that one? I don't remember
Oh,
that one.
You can watch Kipo. Post-apocalyptic, like mutated animals.
I
Guys,
don't
did,
remember.
did
It's
Harrison,
really good, Aiden.
did
Oh,
Harrison
Harrison
Ford
Ford did show up. That was
That's
really
what I was
fun.
saying.
I dude,
Y'all were
that
ignoring
I
that.
actually lost it.
Aiden
Why
was
was
even
he
like-
just there?
I didn't even know
That was
what's
one of the
happening
few
here.
times Aiden was excited at the show.
Was like the Game Award. I watched the Game Awards for the ads, but like I always forget that I don't like a lot of the ads that
Yeah.
the only times I lost it was when Harrison Ford showed up and when Waldorf and Statler were on screen.
Oh yeah, they did have the Muppets there, and it was insanely funny.
Specifically Waldorf and Statler. You have to specify
Yeah,
it was
specifically Waldorf and Statler.
Harrison
Yeah.
Ford must have not realized what was going at all happening. He was just like,
No,
fuck it, I'll
it
do
was
this.
so funny because randomly during his speech, he's like, teleprompter, I need you to go up. I don't see my lines.
Yeah. He did not know what he was doing there. And it was
And that's
very funny.
awesome.
Yeah. Harrison
Um,
Ford doesn't need to know what he's doing.
yeah, it's fucking Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Captain America 4. He probably doesn't know.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
We have
And
not
so,
had
guys-
an MCU movie in a while.
Well, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh shit, yeah, but that's like
This
the
guy
only
might be
one
stupid, guys.
But the thing is, guys, it's been like having to be reshot Captain America 4 a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's like they do the test audiences. They don't like it and they have to keep reshooting. So that's not a really good sign. But I am excited for Thunderbolt. So that could be good.
Thunderbolts looks like it'll be good.
Yeah.
But any like new like games coming out from the Game Awards or anything like that?
I don't think The Witcher 4.
The Outer Worlds 2. I'm really
Outer
excited for
Worlds
that.
2.
They're making a secret level episode based on it that comes out tomorrow, so I'll talk about it on the next pod.
Yeah.
Any like surprise
there's-
wins or losses?
There wasn't
Astrobot, I think, is the most surprising one, but it's
just
like not.
the fact, yeah,
really.
just the fact that it was
Just because of the
one that won.
competition, I think.
Yeah, people
No.
were.
No.
It was a very controversial pick, but I think it was justified.
No, I mean it's a good
Yeah.
game. It's
The-
just
Yeah,
compared to the other
Balatro.
ones. I don't know if it's
compared to Balatro.
yeah.
It's
You
not.
guys
as
seem
good
to
as
like Balatro a lot.
Balatro's
He was
really
playing
good.
Balatro right now.
Balatro's actually really good.
What is Balatro?
So it's a poker. It's poker, but
It's
just
poker,
like
but for video game nerds.
you have a different run every time, and you have to like hit a certain amount of score. It's hard to explain. Don't worry, or you'll play it.
You'll play
Is it
it.
on
It's-
Steam?
It is on Steam.
Yeah.
It's on MacBook. It's on iPhone. You could play it on
Yeah.
your iPhone, Uri.
Well, I'll show it to you on the ride to what comes out. Craven the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter, yeah.
When we're on the drive to Craven the Hunter, I'll introduce
I
you to
can't wait,
Balatro.
guys. I know we haven't seen Craven the Hunter yet, but it's getting terrible reviews already.
I know
Yeah.
it's so exciting.
I'm the one like I don't know. For right now, it seems like kind of annoying because it's like no movies like in theaters right now that I really want
There's
to
like
watch.
4 movies
There's
in
like
theaters.
a lot of
There's
movies
like
coming out.
I can think of like 3. There's
There's
like
a lot.
Lord of the Rings, Craven, and Sonic. Are those are
About-
like the only 3?
Heck, what about Queer?
What about Bad Bitch or Night
I
Bitch?
don't wanna, I'm not fucking seeing my Night Bitch.
There's
That
also
movie
the
looks
fact,
so-
Beck, there's also the fact that we've seen the rest of the movies that are in theaters.
I know. Movie people, get back on it. Make more movies.
Make more. Beck, you,
Why don't
you
you
go
go
Make a movie.
Guys, speaking of making movies, how is everyone Celsius Oscar?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a different movie that I'm almost done with for my final that I'm gonna post, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah?
I need to post my final still. Mine, you all watched it. You thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. You should include the deleted scene.
I will.
as a
Yeah,
post-credit scene.
I'll add the post credit scene. It is. Yeah,
But how is everyone's Celsius Oscar movie?
I haven't had the chance to work on it.
I'll write it on the plane Wednesday, probably.
I've been at
On
work.
the plane.
Yeah.
I can't work on planes. I have to sleep.
I can't
Hmm.
on planes really.
I mean, I've done some good writing on planes.
Well,
What's,
good for
what's your
you,
qualification of good writing from Beck?
That is also a good
Getting
point.
stuff on the paper.
That's a good point. Yes, he's a good point.
Yeah.
Nikola, as our judge for Celsius Oscars,
Yes.
what are you looking for that's kind of exciting for you?
Like,
so I want to
is
make
there a
sure you
production,
actually
like,
get.
design category?
Okay, so I'm going to be looking that you guys hit all 4 things you need.
Yep.
That you achieve
We achieve. Okay. I didn't even think about
and
that.
that you make a good movie.
Wow.
Okay, but like,
Oh, Good movie.
if
Okay.
I
good.
like buy a ton of costumes and do really cool costume design, does that get me an award?
I'll
Good-
probably add that to the to, you know-
winning a achievement in casting, you know.
Yeah.
Let me give you a second. So for my
But you have a
so
makeup and hairstyling category.
I'm gonna
where
be
we all
building
just show
off
up.
of
Nikola, you should have just all of like the regular Oscar categories.
yeah. What I'm doing. I'm gonna do
Guys,
that.
best adapted screenplay, best original screenplay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yours
find.
is
Remember
adapted
last time
because it has so
I
many
had
drugs.
all the stuff. I gave the points for everything. I'm gonna do that, except I'm gonna add more stuff. So
yeah, full official world. Yeah.
and you guys remember you have to send me the episodes before, like the movies before the episodes, so that I
Yes.
can actually critique them.
what
beforehand.
is sort of the time minute you think you're gonna go for? How long you think your movie is gonna be back? Like 4 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yeah, 4 or 5 minutes.
Mine is definitely longer than 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, mine probably gonna be like 15 or 20.
Mine too.
It can be long or short as long as
Okay,
it's a
well, I
good
will
movie.
try to make mine a longer length then.
You can have yours be short. Just make sure it's good. Make sure you
Yeah.
get everything across in your 5 minutes. Use
It's
as much
gonna-
time as you need to make a good movie.
Yeah, that's
Just
why he's
know
going to
your
write all
competition
of
is
it on the
tough.
plane, Nikola. He's going to write all of it on the plane. That's how he knows it's going to be a really well-written movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
exciting. It's exciting.
So, you know.
Celsius Oscars.
You gotta do it the way you
But,
do.
yeah. But you want to know what I'm working on instead of my Celsius Oscars film?
What?
My final for class.
What was that?
Now, this film is officially the first Beck Lions short that's animated.
Wow.
4 minutes long of
Wizard?
animation.
It's
Are you in
Wizard
animation
battle?
class?
No, I just wanted to make it animated.
Is it
Inspired by Ricky Stenicki.
Wizard Duel? Wizard Duel is inspired by Ricky Stenicki.
Wizard Duel, it's not Wizard Duel.
What? What do you mean it's not
But
Wizard
you
Duel?
remember that one scene from Ricky Stenicki where
Oh, I
Ricky
remember.
Where he
Stenicki,
cuts off the baby's foreskin?
It's not where he cuts off the baby's foreskin.
Are we sure?
It's the one where he's talking
he's
to the
air
gay
digging?
guy.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's not that one. It's the one where he's talked to the gay guy,
I
and the
remember
gay
that.
guy's like, "I'm writing a book about
Yeah.
the sea," and that made me come up with an idea for my own film, and that film is my final for this year. And I'm showing it tomorrow, and I will be releasing it on probably both channels here.
Oh, so we're not getting an exclusive pre-release?
Oh, you're getting exclusive pre-release. Yeah, when I'm back Wednesday, we can watch it if you want.
Wow.
That's not
We can watch it
exclusive
Saturday.
pre-release.
That's not
That's
a pre-release then.
That's
Yeah.
not a
what?
pre-release. This is late
What do you
release.
want the pre-release for?
So we can watch it right now.
Oh, we can watch it right now.
That's what.
Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen
Don't put
behind you.
I'm not. Should I put it on the screen?
We'll
We'll watch it
this
after the episode, but you guys have to check the Celsius Productions YouTube channel to watch it.
Yeah, I mean to be out by then, I think.
Yeah. All right. I watched Rocky 4.
How was
now
that?
this
Well,
one?
Not a
how was
horrible
Rocky
fourth
four?
Rocky.
Now Rocky 4, I had a very interesting watching pattern for this movie because for class we were talking about politics and movies. So we're like,
Yeah.
this is a very political film, you know?
Was
Yeah,
it
Russian.
Russian propaganda?
Yeah, with the Russian, yeah. But our teacher's like, okay, I'm gonna show it in class, but I'm gonna skip over all the fight scenes and we're gonna stop before the ending.
Oh my
So-
God.
What?
That
What?
we did that. So we skipped over watching a dude fucking die. So it was like,
What?
it's like I'm ready to fight. Skip. He died in that fight, but I must avenge him. It just
No,
fucking
what?
skips like that.
That's such an important scene where Apollo
I
dies.
know.
That's
Yeah, where
such
Apollo dies.
That's so dumb. You
So-
should tell your teacher how dumb they are.
I was like, oh my god, you're kidding me.
That's so
Um,
bad.
This
So-
is Beck goes to a liberal school, so we know that now.
I mean, it is Boston.
So eventually, like me and my friends like, that's okay. Let's just go finish Rocky 4 on our own.
yeah.
But then this is the same group that we were working on a film at that point. So we just never organized it. So I watched parts
As
of Rocky
all good
4
plans go.
4 weeks ago. And then now I watched the other parts of Rocky 4. So I've officially seen the whole Rocky 4 universe, you know?
The whole,
And I
I mean
thought-
the movie, not the universe.
Yeah. No,
Because
it's
there's like there's so many more movies in
so,
the movie.
So far, my Rocky watch order is the first half of Creed, then Rocky 4, and the first 20 minutes of Rocky 1. That's
my
the
mom
order
would
I had
be
so far.
my mom would be so mad at you. Rocky is her favorite.
I feel like I'm really getting the full story here.
Yeah, totally. Totally, Beck. You're
All
totally
right,
getting
well, what's next?
I'd like to talk about a movie.
I would
There's
like
this movie
to.
there was this movie that came on Netflix recently. And sort of feels like kind of like a spiritual successor to Die Hard 2 in a way. It's this
Is it
movie.
called
It's called
Carry On. It's called.
I know it. Yeah, my parents said the exact same thing. It's really
I
good.
want to watch that. It looks.
It's
it
like
looked cool.
it's sort of like it's sort of a pretty nice like average sort of Christmas action thriller kind of movie. It's very much kind of like Die Hard 2, where essentially the villain of this movie, surprisingly, is Jason Bateman, which is kind of hard to believe because Jason Bateman's usually your straight man sort of main character. He's more of the antagonist in this movie, and so it's kind of hard to believe that he's the villain of the movie since you always see it as sort of like the regular hero guy. But he does an okay job. And then we have Taron Egerton, I think, for the main guy, he's the guy from Tetris, Rocket Man, Kingsman, all those movies.
Watched those movies.
I remember. That's where I recognized him from.
And so
Nikola
essentially
knows every Kingsman quote by heart.
The painter.
The painter.
essentially
He
the
knows
one
one
camera now.
Kingsman quote by heart.
it's not the most dense like plot ever. It's a very thin plot. Essentially, Taron, he plays a character named Ethan, and he works as a TSA agent.
I
And his
watched a
wife-
little bit. Actually, the most believable part of this movie is the TSA agent's not doing anything.
Yeah. And so he works as a TSA agent, but he's sort of been cruising these past 3 years since when he tried to become a cop, he couldn't, he failed once, so he didn't apply again. But his wife wants him to apply again.
Just like
And-
Paul Blart.
Just like
It really
fall
is,
apart.
yeah.
Yeah. Kind of is. But he decides because he has a kid on the way, he decides, today is the day I'm going to stand up and like because he usually does metal like detecting, but he's going to be today checking out like the, when the bags go through. And can I tell you, just this is an aside, I have never ever been in an airport where I haven't seen someone they're checking their bag they always go to the side. I've always seen that happen.
Oh my god!
when
Some guy, I was flying back to California one time. Some guy thought, "Hey, it's a good idea if I bring a replica grenade in my carry-on."
What?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think
I was
that's
like,
right.
no, it's okay. It's a replica. No, it doesn't actually work as a grenade, guys.
Oh.
Were
God,
you just, like,
you don't need
eavesdropping?
to check my bag. It's not a real bomb. It's only a fake one that looks real. Trust me on this one. I'm very reliable.
Anyway, and so he gets like this sort of like headphone, spoilers by the way, but it's a pretty regular like silent action movie. You can tell what's happening. It's very predictable, but it's like a nice, enjoyable. I think I haven't rated it yet. I'll give it like maybe a 3.5.
Yeah.
And so he gets like this thing and like through I guess like the detector. It's like an earphone or something, and he puts it in, and then like the guy's like calling him. And it says, and then it's Jason Bateman. And he was called the Traveler. Essentially, it was supposed to be the other guy in the chair. But since he decided to step up today, it was all like, I guess it's going to be him because they were going to attack the other guy's family who was supposed to be in Ethan's spot. But now that's him. So they're going to
Threatening the other guys with someone else's family.
his wife. They're going to threaten his wife that works there. And there's some interesting people who just kind of appear in the movie. The doctor from The Penguin, he's like the Traveler guy's guy in the chair who's like in a van outside the airport, and he's like, you have to kill his wife if you don't do the job. He's like that guy. And then you also have
random
fucking
actors that you recognize to show up.
Hank from Breaking Bad's like the head TSA guy.
Kid named Finger?
Yeah, no, that's Mike.
I don't know.
Bro needs to watch Breaking Bad so badly.
What if I didn't watch Breaking Bad?
But essentially, it's sort of he extorts him into doing the things, and then he makes him like you have to let this bag go through. You have to let the bag go through, and then you have to create a situation, essentially, where he sort of messes up, and then they take him off the the checking point, and then the other guy goes back. So the other guy spikes the guy's coffee with alcohol to make it look like he was drinking, and the guy gets fired.
Oh no! Why would he do that?
And so he goes back.
I saw that scene.
Yeah, and then he goes back. Nicola, then you were like pretty heavy into the movie. That's like halfway through.
No, because I walked in while my parents were watching.
Yeah. And then like essentially
You walk through their parents?
the movie boils down to there's also like the sort of like plot line with a cop outside who tries to figure it out. It's very, very generic type of movie where like he finds out what happens, she gets in, and then it turns out the thing they have to get smuggled through is the sort of neurotoxin.
No.
Essentially, the plot they try to use fancy words to make it seem like it's a very cohesive, like big ass plot, but essentially they need to get chemical on a plane so they can blow a plane which has congresswoman, because the congresswoman they want, because congresswoman there's an American group who wants to make it look like the Russians did it. That's kind of the plot. And Jason Bateman would escape from the plane with a parachute.
Of course.
Before it
That's
happened.
Full
sounds like
DB
the
Cooper.
That sounds like
Yeah.
the most logical step.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of back and forth where they get the guy who brought the bag into the airport. He was also being controlled by Jason Bateman and his crew. But the funniest thing about this movie is the way that Jason Bateman's basically like a motivational speaker for Ethan. It's like, Ethan, you never stood up for yourself. Well, your highest point was like you're running in track in high school, so no one's gonna be missing you when you're gone. You have to stand up, Ethan. And because he's talking through his ear the whole movie, he's like, so you just like try as
Your wife.
you have to
your
he's like, why didn't you become a police officer? Why didn't you try harder, man? Why didn't you do this? You have to try harder.
You fucking dumbass.
And so you
Does-
get a
doesn't
pretty
he like
like
try
pretty simple character arc for Ethan, but it works pretty well. Where in the beginning, like he's just coasting by, he's deciding he doesn't want to become a police officer anymore. But then he becomes a hero by the end of the story, and like he finally finds his purpose. And then cut to a year later, he becomes a cop. Like he's like, and then he's like, because this whole movie they're like, you know what, him and his wife, we should go to Tahiti, and they're like, they're going to Tahiti. It's like a 1 year later. And then he's all like, someone's like hassling one of like the people who check your body when you go into the airport.
Like,
And
I
he's
got
like, the guy's all like, hey, aren't you going faster? You're so bad at this. TSA is annoying. It's like, hey man, chill out. And
Hey man, chill
guys,
out. Okay.
time out.
but the way I'm not, because Beck, I think you should watch it, but he killed Jason Bateman character dies in a really cool way.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Why would you spoil it?
Yeah, I mean he was obvious. He's like the bad guy dies. It's like Die Hard,
Does he pull a fucking syndrome and get caught in the turf?
Here, I'll tell it.
Does he
I'll tell it how it happens. He's on like because he's realizing like for some reason like because like he gets away with this, but he for sure if this was real life he would have been like totally. They assume he was associated with the guy, but he's all like he says like the bag is on the plane with the neurotoxin. He's like you have to let me get on the plane, and then because the detective comes into the airport and he says he tells his wife to tell the detective you have to let the plane go on. No fucking way that plane would go on. And then he gets in the plane, and then he like tries to disable it. But then Jason Bateman catches him, and then he's all like, what happened? I know what you
didn't
know
listen
why
to my words.
didn't listen to my word. And you know why I failed the cop? Because you lied on your polygraph test, and because no one will miss you. And then he's like, and he says this, you are not awake. No one's gonna miss you. And then Ethan's all like, you know what? I guess I am awake. And he took one of the toxins from the bag, and there's this sort of airtight seal, like box container in the sort of undercarriage of the plane, and he locks Jason Bateman in, and he puts the toxin in, and Jason Bateman burns to death.
Wow.
And it's a really cool scene. It's pretty gross, but
Crazy,
and
man.
then he just leave the plane. And they're like, hey, and then like all the cops surround the planes, like put your hands on the detective. Lady comes in like, he's good, he's fine. You can let him go through.
No, guys, this was all according to plan.
Of course. All according to Keikaku.
You mean you didn't trust the singular TSA agent to stop a congresswoman from being killed?
What the hell?
But it's a pretty
Really,
like
you don't have the spirit of Christmas.
it's a pretty generic sort of movie. It's pretty good, like for what it's worth. It's very like it feels like a successor to Die Hard 2. Um, but Beck, it seems like you're having a movie you just kind of like can throw on. It's kind of junk foody, but it's nice.
Yeah,
Beck does like junk food. That's part of his character.
I did eat McDonald's today.
Wow.
But I think just to end off, let's just talk about what we're excited for watching.
Literally
during
have
Christmas.
two movies to
Oh, you have
talk
two
about.
more?
I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
you're
I have
doing.
more stuff to
Billion
talk about
movies
as well.
to
I haven't like talked about
Okay,
anything.
well,
Nicola, I want
This
you to
guy's
talk.
trying to wrap up an hour in when we
Yeah.
still have stuff to talk about. Are you trying to do something, Beck?
Yeah, Beck, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in Boston? What the fuck's doing in Boston? You Boston bitch, baby Boston. Beck, what are you gonna do in Boston?
Wow.
All right, guys. I think
Nicola,
I
talk.
should go first because I don't have that much. So I'm going to talk about the couple of things I've been watching. Firstly, I'm going to start with the Sabrina Carpenter Christmas special.
How was
God.
that? I'm gonna watch it,
oh
but
yeah.
I don't
think
really
it's
care
one of
about
the highest rated things on Letterboxd for the year.
Hey,
Wow.
I don't know what needs to be said. It's Sabrina Carpenter. The special is like it's a Christmas special. I'd say it's pretty average. The music's all right. The co-stars are fine. It's fine. Sabrina Carpenter should like I don't know do some sitcoms. Oh wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Nicola, that's
Yeah.
summer
Like I
stuff.
said, that should be our summer arc. It'd be so funny to do Girl Meets World.
Yeah. So I liked it. It was fun to watch, but I would say it's kind of average.
What is it? Just her
Um,
singing?
Yeah, what is
kind
it?
of, and she has
Is
like
there-
guest stars and stuff, and I don't know. It's fun, and I think it's a fun watch. But I mean, like it's for a Christmas special, I would say it's pretty average. The other thing I watched was this week's episode of Dandadan. I don't know. Can I talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, in this episode, they finally bring in a new character named Gigi, which is what's her name? The main girl, what's her name?
Momo.
Momo. It's her childhood friend and also like first crush.
Oh, is this like Okarun got the pink haired girl as like a separate crush, and now Momo gets another guy as a separate crush?
I don't think you understand it because the pink-haired girl Ira is not a separate crush. She likes Okarun. Okarun does not like her back. as
Okay,
anything more
I'm
than a
saying
crush.
like they need like someone. They need more love triangle dynamics. You
Not
know?
exactly. If you read the manga, you'll know what's happening. But
Do not fucking say read the manga to me.
yeah, exactly. So it's a good show so far. I've been enjoying it. I've still liked last episode's coming out next Thursday. So
Cool.
I'm excited.
Great.
Next thing I watched would be Creature Commandos, the first 3 episodes.
How is that?
I've actually liked it quite a bit.
What does it follow?
So essentially, it's like a Suicide Squad. It's like a Suicide Squad spinoff, except we know how Rick Flag died in the last Suicide Squad.
So it's Rick Flag Sr.
It's Rick Flag Sr., it's his dad. And what's really funny is that they go to this like I forgot the name of the country they're in, but it's like some like called like Poloscopy or something like that. And it's like
Poland?
it's like
Like in
yeah,
a
it's
real
something like that,
band?
but it's not Poland. But it's like you know, it's like there's castles. It's like there's still like it's considered like
Latin
there's still-
America?
no, but it's like there's still like they have castles. They're like still living as peasants, stuff like that. Like that's the whole idea. So it's like it's a non like it's like not in the 21st century, and the princess wants to bring the world into the 20%, like bring their country into the 21st century. But there's a group of rebels led by a sorcerer. So it's basically, let me explain the group of rebels. It's basically this girl that can use magic that's super hot. And because she's super hot, she got a bunch of incels to go take over the country for her.
Wow. That's like
but-
Penny for Beck.
But here's the thing. The country has a shit ton of oil. So America is friends with them. So they sent Rick Flag Sr. And because in the last movie, all the data on Waller got leaked and they're not allowed to do the Suicide Squad anymore, Waller found the loophole is that they can't do it with people. And these aren't people. So that's the loophole.
Wow.
So the squad is we
King
got
Sharp show up or what?
no, but we got Corpse King, we got Corpse Bride, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Corpse Bride is interesting character. I'll talk about her later.
Isn't that a streamer?
Maybe actually I don't know the exact. One second, let me pull up the exact cast.
I mean, this sounds kind of interesting from the way you're telling it.
It's a really good show. It's if you like the Suicide Squad, I would watch it.
Yeah, I always like Suicide Squad.
So
Beck, Suicide Squad or the Suicide
The
Squad?
Suicide Squad.
we got Frank Grillo as Flag-Rick Senior.
Oh, that's the guy from Marvel.
Yeah, he's Punisher, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not. I'm not sure.
No.
We got Indra Varma as the bride. Yeah, just named the bride. I'll talk about her later. Then we got Maria Bakalova as Yana Rostrovic. That's the queen. That's the princess. What's really funny is as soon as they got to the castle, she was talking with Rick Flag Sr. Keep in mind, she's a baddie. Like that's like her whole character is that she's a baddie, and like she's super pretty. And she's talking to Rick Flag Sr. and Rick Flag Sr. is like, yeah, my son, like, oh, you would have gotten along with my son. But he's dead. And then she's like, damn, that's fine. I like older men anyway. We should fuck.
Oh, so it's like
And
an
then the
adult
next
animated
call,
show.
And then the next episode they fuck. Yeah.
It's an adult animated show.
Yeah.
Not for
Then we
kids.
have Nina Mazakri, who's basically just a fish, but is like super smart. Then we have David Harbour as Frankenstein. That'll come into play with the bride. Then we have Sean Gunn as G.I. Robot. G.I.
Ooh,
Robot is the best character.
makes sense. Sean Gunn.
Then we have Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus.
Ooh, he plays Clayface, Aiden. And Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
He plays the
Oh.
goat in Wish.
But all the characters are really fun. They're good. The first episode's basically like we're meeting all the characters. So like it's a setup episode. It's not great. Second episode is we're following the bride. And basically her backstory is that Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster Frankenstein's monster was created by Frankenstein. And he's like, I want a wife. Make me a wife. So then Frankenstein makes him the wife. But then the wife doesn't like the Frankenstein's monster because he's fucking stupid and like a rapist. I don't know, but like not really, but he's kind of is like that. But she falls in love with Frankenstein. So then they have sex and Frankenstein's monster sees that. And then Frankenstein's monster kills Frankenstein. And then it shows a montage of how from whatever the year Frankenstein and whatever the year Frankenstein created them to the present, how Frankenstein's monster has been chasing down the bride every single decade. And it's like the different decades and how she's constantly just been like beating her. And this episode is, it turns out Frankenstein lived in this country. So, and like in this capital. So she goes back to the castle and she finds like a necklace that Frankenstein gifted her. But then Frankenstein's monster hears that she's back. So then he's now coming back as well. And the wizard girl shows up. And captures them, which means that all of the other people have to go and get there. That's where episode 2 ends. Episode 3 begins with them realizing, wait a minute, this was just a diversion so that we could get away from the castle so that they could all go to the castle. So then they quickly rush back to the castle where the incels are fighting the space knights, or like the sci-fi knights. And then the bunch of incels get the princess and they're like, we're supposed to kill her on sight, but she's so pretty. What if we just fucking rape her? And then they kill her. Then they kill all of them. She doesn't die. They kill all of them.
This is a crazy show.
Yeah.
Uri's
They'd be like,
now
oh, but it would be a
interested.
waste to just kill her. She's still, is basically like the exact dialogue while he's slapping her ass, basically. That's the exact dialogue.
So they released the first 3.
First 3 episodes. It's every Thursday. Yeah.
That's good. I think that's something I
So
could
it's
look
replacing
forward
Dandadan
to.
on Thursday.
And yeah. And then what happens is then G.I. Robot, the greatest character, because episode 3 actually also follows the backstory of G.I. Robot. And G.I. Robot is the GOAT. the entire time he's like, I want to kill Nazis. I was built to kill Nazis. Tell me a Nazi to kill, and I'm gonna kill them. And then
I'm gonna
they
kill all
finally
the
get to the
Nazis.
they finally get to the castle as the stuff is happening, and he's like, Rick Flag, are these like, or like, Commander, are these Nazis? And he's like, yes, GI robot. And then we have the greatest montage ever as he finally fulfills his life purpose and kills a shit ton of Nazis, and he feels like he's finally gotten to live again. And then he fucking dies.
Oh,
And
He gets exploded by the magic woman.
wow.
So then, I forgot to mention, there's another character, Weasel is back. The Weasel is back.
Oh, the weasel.
Really?
He's like the only character that's back from the.
Didn't he like drown?
Bro did not watch the post-credit scene.
Oh,
No.
my bad.
Yeah, well, the Weasel lived, and he's back in this show now. So the Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus team up to gang on the Wizard Lady, and they beat the absolute shit out of her. And then she's like, "You idiots! You've doomed us all," and that's where episode 3 ends.
Interesting. Wow, that
And
sounds
then-
like a really cool show. It
It's a
sounds
really
like
good show. I didn't do an amazing job explaining everything, so definitely watch it.
No,
I think
yeah.
that's probably the better. There's some really fun moments. I think all the characters vibe well really together. There's some really fun moments, and I've really been enjoying it. I can't wait for the next episode.
Something I do want to bring up that was connected with DC. There is going to be a Clayface movie,
I didn't see that announced.
and by Mike Flanagan, which is really exciting because he's a really big horror director. And I think it's going to sound really, really cool because it's in DC Studios. Because here's sort of like the layout of how the DC universe is going to go. Like we have Creature Commandos, which is sort of like the first bridging of like the DC Studios. Like we got obviously the Penguin, but that's Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Creature Commando, but that's still animated, which is official. But like the real official is the first like movie, which is Superman. And
Yeah.
then we also have the Peacemaker show, which is coming. But it's very exciting because we got the Superman movie, the Supergirl movie, Clayface, which is actually coming closer. It might be the third after Supergirl and Superman. We have the Authority, which is still to be determined. The Batman movie in the DC universe. And then we got the Batman outside it. The Batman in the DC universe is going to be more of a Tim Drake father-son story with Bruce Wayne.
They also announced a Robin animated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
and
that
Robin.
was-
There's going to be
I hope that he shakes his ass in that movie, and we are seeing it. If
Wait, is it his
Yeah,
movie?
wow.
His movie? Superhero movie?
yes, it's all about him.
Aiden
It's all
will be
about-
showing up to the premiere and will sing that song the entire time.
It's a good song.
Anyway, I have
And-
one last show to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember if I talked about the first 2 episodes of the Dune show?
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Okay, then I'll just talk about episode 3.
How's
So-
the Dune show going? I've not seen a
So,
single thing on social
I have
media.
not been keeping up with it really because we're already on episode 5. I just finished episode 3. I'm halfway through episode 4. Spice. But basically, I don't really know how to describe it, but like it's set like 10,000 years before Paul
Yeah.
Atreides is born.
Yeah,
But
it's about
because of that-
about the Bene Gesserit. We know.
It's about the Bene Gesserit, but like it's like doesn't really feel like Dune. Like it's clearly the same world, but at the same time, it doesn't like super feel like the same Dune universe. And it's like there's like the story is starting to unfold more now, so it's getting like pretty interesting, and I'm getting more invested into it. But like so far, not as good as the movies, and
Mhm.
definitely not the best show that's come out this year.
Is anything
that's
cool
it.
happening in
That's
the
it for me.
show? Is anything cool happening, or is like
Right now, the latest episode that's happening, basically what's happening is that this guy that can burn people with his mind kicks out the main woman, the protagonist, who's also like the leader of the Bene Gesserit. So now she's trying to figure out how to get back. So meanwhile, she's asking for guidance from like the original Reverend Mother, but through her granddaughter, because remember she died in the first episode. So through the granddaughter tries to do it. She fucking dies. So They didn't get anything except they know that the one that they have to look out for is the guy that can burn people with his mind.
Right.
But like that's literally like all that's happening.
Okay. So
And then like
nothing.
episode 4, like there's a big plot right now that's like she's trying to get back, like she's trying to get back into the favors of the emperor by like staging a revolution happening that she's then gonna stop herself. Like she's gonna like get people to try to assassinate the emperor, and then she's gonna stop the assassination herself so that it looks like she saved the emperor. But like, I can tell it's probably gonna not work, and then like that's gonna lead to like the rest of the show. But I don't know. I'll see how it unfolds. It's getting more interesting as it goes on, but like I haven't been super invested. I prefer the movies. It's not as good as the movies. All right, that's everything I've been watching. So
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the newest, the Amazing Digital Circus episode.
Yeah. I don't
So
quite. Aiden, why do Nikola and Beck hate the Amazing Digital Circuit?
I don't think
Sorry.
Beck
I
hates
don't
it.
hate it. I started
Why-
it. I just like
Why do they
I just
hate
need
it,
to sit
Aiden?
down and lock in. I don't know. It's pretty good. I feel like it'd be up Beck's alley. This last episode, they worked at McDonald's.
I love when they work at
Why
McDonald's.
do they hate it, Aiden?
It-
Why?
Well, so Pomni is at the register and she sees Gummy Goo. And
Aiden, you're gonna have to re-explain
Do
what
not
the
go with
amazing,
character
Amazing
names.
Digital Circus
all
is,
right,
because I
so the
forgot.
Amazing Digital Circus follows this character Pomni. It's like a VR headset game, and then you're stuck in the game. So you got these characters.
It's
you got
like that
Pomni.
one episode of Black Mirror
Yeah. So you
Oh,
got Pomni.
on the
Amazing.
spaceship.
She's a clown. You got Ragatha. She's a doll. You have Jax. He's a rabbit. You have Zubul, who is a thing. You have the fucking
Bird
what's
that
the
I hate.
ribbons called?
Your mom?
What's her name? Gangle. She's ribbons, and she's also the like comedy and tragedy mask. You have Kinger. He's a king, like from the
Her?
chessboard. And you have Kane, who's the guy, who's the host guy. And so Kane makes the adventures, and then they go on the adventure. And they went to McDonald's, and fucking Gangle was the manager, and she has a mental breakdown and a manic episode. And it's about mental health, maybe. I don't know. But it was good. It was funny. It's well animated, and
Is it on Netflix or YouTube?
it is on Netflix, but it's also on YouTube.
Mm.
Go watch it. There's 4 episodes right now.
In total?
Yeah.
Wow. So kind of not a lot of content for this show.
Well, it is an indie show,
Okay.
but they do
Nice.
work at McDonald's. So that was pretty cool.
No.
I finished season 1 of the Justice League animated series. Very cool.
Right. You were watching that last episode.
I was watching it last
He
episode.
was in fact watching that last
And-
episode.
And the end of season 1 is the Justice League get sent to a future where Germany won World War II. So then they have to go back in time.
I love
To the
I
first
love a story.
Thanksgiving.
II.
I love a storyline where the Nazis won, like what, like that video game.
It's
Oh,
a very classic plot line. What's very funny is that even this is the finale of season 1.
mhm.
Batman's not even in it very much.
No.
He like doesn't get sent to the alternate future, but there is a Batman in like the it's very funny. They're like, we gotta go back in time to stop Germany from winning World War II. And Batman's like, if you stop them from winning World War II, maybe my parents will be alive.
No.
It's really funny. It does not work.
And Superman is like, maybe. but it is very interesting. They fight in World War II. It's very funny. The main villain was such a good Nazi. He overthrew Hitler and and froze him in ice as like a backup plan in case he loses.
He's like a fictional Nazi.
Yeah, but Hitler's in the episode. Let me send you the picture of Martian walking.
There's some good fictional Nazis in media, like the one from Inglourious Basterds. He's a good fictional Nazi. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna.
Apparently, people are good at faking being a Nazi. Suspiciously so.
Interesting. I have the image somewhere. Give me a second. But it was a good finale. I'm on season 2. Season 2 has already introduced Darkseid and Lex Luthor. So they're actually using like prominent villains this next season. Beck, you good?
Yeah.
Oh, turning it
Life's
off.
good,
Okay.
actually. Life is good.
That's pretty cool. There's a JoJo event happening on April 12th of next year, and hopefully, fingers crossed,
We got
they
part 7.
announced part 7.
Oh,
Part
wait.
7.
You mean this is not like the JoJo event you went to that only had like one machine and a stand?
No, this is
right?
like a thing. They did it a couple like whenever they announced part 6, they did something similar.
So this is the one
hopefully-
where they said in America. In American.
This is where I'm hoping they announce part 7 anime there, or at least give us Johnny PNG. Because that's what happened, was that they just showed us a PNG of Jolie and it said, look, Stone Ocean anime, and then went radio silent for about 6 months.
All right. Well, I will hopefully try to get it done by April then.
You could get it done by April, I believe.
Everyone has a lot of things they have to get done by.
I thought you would get done with Avatar in less than 2 years. I'm hesitating on that now.
Yeah?
Hey,
Well,
did
you
you
have-
watch it?
No.
I thought it was
Anyway.
like a reveal.
No, he's doing it tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, of course, of course. Anyway, I do have 2 other movies that I watched.
Yeah.
So let's talk about White Christmas first. I saw
Wow,
White Christmas.
walking
last night.
White Christmas and not Black Christmas? What the
There's
fuck?
racism.
White Christmas is my mom's favorite Christmas movie. She puts it on every year.
We're
and
getting a
no
lot
one in
of
the
lore
house
drops about
really
Aiden's
likes
mom today.
Yeah.
No one in the house really likes it. So because of the Fathom events, they re-released it, and I watched it with my mom, and she was very happy about it because it was a surprise the whole time. She didn't know what movie it was until she saw it on the screen, which was very cool.
Oh, that's nice.
And Beck is playing Bellatrix. White Christmas is basically these 2 guys they go to a hotel to play some music with some women because they women plot lines in the 50s, and the army general runs the hotel and he's going out of business. So then they hatch a plan to get all the troops to go be there for their musical, and they play the
They
musical.
need to
and
put
then-
on one final show to save the theater, right?
Yep. And the movie is just like a pretty all right 50s musical with Bing Crosby music and whatnot, right? But the scene where the general walks out and all of his troops walk out on stage and start singing the song about how he was such a good general is a very good scene, especially with the coloring of the movie. It's the first movie with some
With
sort of
AI
color.
upscaling, right?
No, it was the first.
Aiden's a big fan of
I
AI
think
the
upscaling.
first
every
film
movie
to be
should be
released-
made AI upscaled forever.
It was the first
Yeah.
movie to be released with VistaVision, and so the coloring it's 35 millimeter, widescreen. So it made it. The movie looked really good, but just I'll send the scene with the general because it's a very good scene.
What is White Christmas about?
I just explained the entire
I'm
movie.
kidding.
Is this
I'm-
guy stupid?
Nah.
So
I'm kidding.
So I got what the trailer is about, but tell me what the actual movie is about.
Tell me the real movie. What is it about?
Yeah,
just
because
told me.
that's like you know it's like how like Tenet is like about time travel, but it's actually about like politics. Just give me like the movie within the movie.
Yeah. What's Bob Wallace's real story?
So
Is he
there's
related to
women.
Bob Iger?
No, he's not.
I
There's
don't
women
think
in
so.
it.
What's Philly doing in the movie? You know, what's Phil?
Okay, I did send the clip. 118 is where is like the ending because they do the same song twice. So you can watch that if you want. But White Christmas, pretty alright. My mom was very happy that I brought to it as an early Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And
You
then
can
the
get
other
a
movie.
VHS.
My mom's like big Christmas movie is Love Actually, and
That
they
movie
also did a
sucks.
they also did a re-release for that. And I was like, "Hey, mom, do you want to watch this?" And she's like, "I'm busy," and I'm like, "Fuck."
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
That movie sucks though.
You hate Love Actually?
I do not like Love Actually. It sucks.
Bro hates Love.
Actually, I don't. I don't like Love.
It's for the way you look at me. And then the other movie I watched.
orgasm I see.
So I don't know if you know. I don't know.
Very, very vagina.
So I don't know if you know about this fallacy that is when you're studying for a final the next morning, you decide that you don't want to study and instead watch a shitty movie on YouTube. You know that. You
Yeah,
know that
I've
feeling,
done
right?
it. Yes.
We all know.
So
We've all
and
done
because
that. That's the
and-
filmmaker classic.
And because we were talking about Paul Blart the other day, I was thinking of what is my Paul Blart adjacent movie, the one that I saw a lot that's made for adults that isn't very. And so I found it on YouTube for free.
Is bro dissing Paul Blart right now?
No, I'm not dissing Paul Blart. I'm going to diss the incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Is that just a parody?
No, it's not. It is not a parody. It is a movie starring Steve Carell, Steve Carell, Steve Buscemi, and Jim Carrey.
From Beck.
What sounds like a star-studded cast until you remember, oh, wait a minute, that none of these characters are enjoyable to watch or use the actor's full potential. So this movie is about this magician, Burt Wonderstone, and he has this friend, I don't remember, what's his friend's name? I literally don't remember.
Paul Wonderstone.
I literally
Workman.
Anton, his friend Anton, and they do magic, and then they go abra abra, and then they're like, uh-oh, our show isn't good enough. We're gonna get we're gonna get canceled and kicked out of the hotel. And then Anton is like, what if we sat in a box? And then they sit in a box until Burt Wonderstone goes crazy and they don't become friends anymore. Then they're not friends anymore. And so then he has to move in with Nicole. And Nicole is like, I don't like you, Steve Carell. Get out of here. And then he's a magician at the old people's home. And then he sees his old magician, like he had a magician's kit with a VHS. And he's like, oh, I learned magic too. And he's like, I'm old and I don't like magic. And then they do magic together. And then it's a happy ending. It's a really bad movie. Jim Carrey's like character, he's the antagonist, is not funny. How do you not make
They made Jim Carrey unfunny?
Yes.
How do you do that?
It's incredible. Like his magic, that Jim Carrey character, because he's like new magic. So it's like, look while I fucking burn my arm and look at me lying on coals for 12 hours. I haven't peed in 8 days. Magic.
Wow.
Magic.
He drills a hole in his head as a final magic trick. And he's basically brain dead now. And it's not funny. He's not funny. Steve Carell isn't funny.
This guy fucking
Steve
stinks.
Buscemi is barely in the movie. He's not funny. The only good character is Olivia Wilde's character. and she's not funny. She's just normal until, because it's a movie, she has to fall in love with the main character, who's the worst person ever. Terrible. And all of the magic that they do in the movie, like, you know how like Now You See Me has like
I
cool
love Now You
magic.
See Me.
Yeah, you know how Now You See Me has like cool magic tricks that like don't need to make sense because they're way too cool.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just ignore it. The magic tricks in this movie are not cool enough for you to just ignore the fact that they don't work. Like, like you putting a dog in your pants is not cool enough for me to think about how you actually did that. The fact that you just like magically made a pigeon appear from nothing, from like a salt shaker, that doesn't mean, you can't just say that it had its bones removed. That doesn't make logical sense. The one trick that they do that is cool is like their final trick in the movie is pretty cool, where they like drug the entire audience and then take them somewhere else. And then when they wake up, they're just in a different place. It's like magic, but like you just drugged your audience and just took them somewhere else.
Awesome.
It does make for a
That's one of
very
the best
funny.
movies.
It makes for a very funny credit sequence where, because that's just like their standard act now, is that they just do that. So
Is
they
it kidnap people?
Yeah, so like the end credit scene is like them actually doing it. They're just like wear gas masks and throw them into trucks, like dragging them along the very funny. That's the funniest part of the movie, is the end credits, which is not very good. And I said the same thing about Jackpot.
Yeah,
No,
it seems like you don't like this movie.
It's not very good. No, actually.
So it's a
Okay, but the thing
five-star
is, me and
masterpiece.
Uri actually like Paul Blart.
Yeah, but like this one, I very vividly remember watching a lot.
And you loved it. as a child.
I don't remember loving it as a child. I barely remember it at all. When I saw that the cast was Steve Carell and Jim Carrey, I was like, wait a minute, they're these characters? I forgot. I literally didn't know. Although I also didn't know what the concept of an actor was. So I'm not putting the full blame on myself for that one.
Wait, what's
Yeah,
an actor? They can be multiple
You mean
characters.
this cartoon character's not real?
Wait, Michael Scott was in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. But it sounds like a terrible movie.
It's not a very good movie at all.
No, sounds like one of those early 2000s movies that sort of they just schlocked out.
The film began development in 2006, but
Yeah.
it came out in 2013.
Ooh, a little later than I would have thought this movie came out.
Yeah.
This feels like
Oh,
prime. Like,
Variety magazine listed The Incredible Burt Wonderstone as Hollywood's biggest box office bomb of 2013.
wow.
Went to 27.4 million against a 30 million production. Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the movie, but I watched it anyways because the power of a bad movie is stronger than studying.
Then finals.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to say?
I think that's all.
Anybody else wants?
Oh, I started watching Inside Out Dream Production, and I thought the first episode was boring and stopped watching it.
Oh yeah, like I can't imagine that's good.
It got like I am 10 minutes in, and it's
so
the most
generic.
predictable, generic. Like
Guys,
it doesn't
the-
expand on Inside Out at all.
Guys,
Like,
the
it sounds
assistant
terrible.
wants to become a director. Oh my god.
Whoa! And like all the characters are really annoying, and it's like the reason we liked the dream scene, the sequence in the first movie, is because we had fear reacting to it, not because the concept of the dreams was cool. And there's
Dreams
this,
are movies, though.
and there's this
It-
character.
Dreams are movies.
I know. I follow Pixar on Instagram, and they're doing so much shitty promotion for this movie.
Yeah. There's definitely a character who might be a transgender stereotype.
Oh, I thought you like transgender. Like
in the
Riley
first
has a
episode?
transgender.
And the first, have you seen Zeddy or whatever his name is?
Is he like the horror guy?
No, he's the guy that
Oh no, Nick.
And he seems very much like a character that is made to make fun of a certain demographic rather than a character that is supposed to be a genuine character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they got
Yeah.
lost in the script there.
Well,
it feels like they just
sounds
really wanted to make a sitcom, and it just did not.
I don't know. It
work.
just feels like this idea does not out. For when I think of Inside Out, I really want to watch the movie dream sequence. That's really drew me to Inside Out. You know?
No.
Not any of the
Larry
actual.
wants the fucking spin-off in the eating disorder island. That's all he wants.
That would be cool as fuck, Beck. Are you lying and say that wouldn't be cool as fuck?
It would be kind of cool.
Like, Beck, imagine Inside Out in a world where Riley isn't
In a mentally,
where we're not.
just like Inside Out, but it's a mentally ill person. Like it's somebody in a psych ward,
Yeah.
and like all their emotions are just like completely messed up.
Yeah,
Like that'd be so
how about
fucking
Uri,
cool.
you
Like
make
Joy is
that?
locked up. Joy is locked up in like a box or something. And I don't know. Anger and fear are
It's
just
bottled
running wild. Anger and fear just rule it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not trusting Uri's Inside Out 3 spec script.
Beck, but you have to admit that would be fucking cool as shit.
There are some ideas you said that I thought maybe that could go somewhere.
I don't know, like if it wasn't fucking Pixar, it was like something cool, like maybe if A24 made an animated movie, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like a dark Inside Out. I don't know, like Riley is so fucking boring as a character.
I mean, it's a
Um,
child. I don't know.
I
what to
like
expect.
Riley.
I'm up for Pixar making TV shows. I think that's good. I think it's good that they are doing that. Like I really did like.
How is the
Yeah.
animation for Dream Productions?
It's pretty on par with the movie. I mean, lower quality definitely, but like still pretty on par. Not like compared to like Monsters at Work, it's like way better. Like they actually. This was also only 4 episodes.
In total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like, why would I want to watch? Who would
short.
want to watch it? What demographic is it for?
I don't know.
What people, the
it's-
kids that liked it? I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
no, but what kids? I don't know. It doesn't seem like that interesting for kids.
It doesn't, I don't think, because it's not even like the colorful, look at Joy, look how happy she is. Ha 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 ha. It's I'm a purple person that doesn't know that I'm annoying. Ha ha ha. You know?
Yeah,
don't
no, it
know.
doesn't sound interesting.
No, it's not. It's not interesting actually.
Well, do we want to recommend anything?
I think people should watch Interstellar 5555.
I
except
do
not
kind of want to
AI.
watch it because
Everybody watch Interstellar.
I saw that woman. I mean,
Oh yeah, Stella's very hot. That's why it's called Interstellar, because I want to Interstellar. So that's actually why it's called.
that.
Always use
See you in
Celsius.
the
Thanks for
next
listening.
episode. Bye.